says rotate device back. Oh my gosh, you guys. It's so dark at 6 o'clock in the morning. I could swear it used to be much, much lighter at 6 o'clock in the morning. But no, it's dark. So my birthday was last weekend. It was very nice. Thanks for all the birthday love, Curvies. My morning voice is kind of raspy. It's like I used to smoke Newports. And I stopped partly because my voice was sounding so much like Vera DeMilo that I decided to give them up. Plus my locks smelled like smoke. And when I kissed husband, it was very ashtray-like. So I quit smoking, but I do notice in the morning now, even like how many years later, I quit smoking for my wedding present in 2007. So I used to smoke Newports, and I got married to my husband on 777 at 7 in California at Ocean Beach. We got married on the beach. And I had decided that for my wedding present to myself, I would stop smoking. And I decided to pick that way of doing things because I had this other friend who smoked longer than me. And she said how she was able to finally quit. She had tried the patch. She had tried Nicorette, you know, the nicotine gum. She had tried cold turkey, and she always ended up smoking again. But the one time she was successful, she said she did this, and I followed it. So what she did was you pick a date, and then you wean off towards that day. And like I picked my wedding day as the day, the last day to have a smoke. Like I needed to be done by then for my wedding present. And so I immediately started tapering with the date in mind that as a wedding gift to myself, I was going to quit smoking. And so we got married in July, and I guess I had started that about 3 months prior. And so I just started weaning off, and sure enough, the idea of giving myself the gift of not smoking for my wedding gift to myself ended up making it work, you guys. I don't know. And the lady that I learned it from, she had done it as a birthday present to herself. So she had tapered, and with the intention of by her birthday to be cigarette nicotine free. And sure enough, it worked. And I never picked up another cigarette. Now I do still get very, what's it called? It's not like a trigger, but like when I see certain people smoke, I definitely want a cigarette. I could like smell it and like be very social with my smoking, you know? But I still haven't actually lit one, but I kind of feel like it's still in my voice. Grand Rising, Zeline. Thanks for coming through. Now, you guys, thanks for being in here. Smash the like button, double tap the screen, or however you can do it. Share it out. Let the people know we're in here early on this Saturday morning. King Richard. Oh my gosh, I like that name. Thanks for being in here. But I was just in here this morning. I was perusing on my Instagram page before I got all the way out of bed. And I really tried to like wake up in the morning and do my hour of power where I get up, meditate, pray, affirm, and then start my day. And then, but sometimes on the weekends, you guys, I be taking off. Like, so this morning I got up and I picked up my phone after I did my prayer, but before my meditation. And I'm like, my hour of power's messed up now because now I'm live. But I can still do it throughout the day. But still, yeah, I kind of do even. I don't want to be taking a break from my spirituality like that, though. I want to stay connected and stay on point with that. So my commitment to myself is that, like, even tomorrow, I'll get up at my 5 o'clock and do my stuff without touching this phone. Dang, this phone. And then the Instagram feed is so freaking whack. I'm like, algorithm hate me much. Like, I'm like, really? How did I end up with this on my feed? Got to be really careful about what my eyeballs land on too long, because I'm like, I was just curious. It didn't mean I want to see this all day. You know what I'm saying? Jesus. And I don't even, it's so weird. Like, I don't even have the other stuff come up on my Instagram. Before the TikTok ban, I had other stuff come up that's not coming up now. Maybe those were TikTok reposts or something, but okay, so what do you guys think about the TikTok ban? You know? Yes. Yes. Praying is very important. Oh, you're going to subscribe, King Richard. I appreciate that. Welcome to the Curvy crew. Yes. You know, because life throws us curveballs. And plus, I'm Ziftig, so I'm a curvy girl. So I just embrace it. I'm just embracing the idea of curviness. So, and also part of the reason why for the curve in the name, just because you're new, I feel like life is on a spiral, and it could feel like a hamster wheel as far as the spiral and going in circles round and round. But it's actually like, if you're getting the lessons and doing the learning that you need to do, it could be like more of a spiral evolution of yourself, right? So, and that spiral involves a curve, and it's in everything in nature. The waves, the spirals that make up the nature pattern. Yeah. So I love it. I love it. I'm weird like that. But yeah, so my Instagram feed sucks because TikTok is gone. And I wasn't even like all in on TikTok this time, but I had been going live recently, and I was like, oh. But when I went back on last Saturday, and it said that it was no longer available, but I got the message that said it wasn't available. They were trying to work it out with Trump. And I was just like, let me delete this, because I have an iPhone that doesn't have the 2 terabytes. And so I need the damn memory on my phone. That's the other thing. iPhones suck. iPhones suck. Yeah. I feel like Apple is a fugazi. You have an amazing day, Richard. Peace and love. Thanks for coming through. And yeah, everybody in the chat, go ahead and subscribe. But yeah, so I was talking to, who was I talking to? Somebody else who got trapped in iPhone Apple world. And we don't know how to work our MacBooks. We don't know how to work our iPhones. They keep wanting extra charges for everything. You can't even just pop a new memory card in this bitch. I have to go get a whole new device, really? But you were already going to make me go get a whole new device, Apple, weren't you? When you decide to make my battery in my iPhone 11 start playing obsolete, and there's nothing wrong with it, you want to just lie to me and tell me, oh, well, it's only supposed to last 3 or 4 years. My Android lasted longer than 3 or 4 years, iPhone. But now I'm getting told that I'm wrong because my device is old and obsolete. Please, when you pay over $100 for anything, that shit needs to last as long as I need it to last. You just can't be mad at me, please. But the iPhones, yeah, they're more of a problem than a freaking. But I had FOMO. So I was an Android girl, had my Samsung life, and everybody I knew had an iPhone. So I was just like, oh, let me get this iPhone. And then my son, he was like, Mom, Apple products are the best. You can't get a virus, and da 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 da. And I was like, okay. And so I got a MacBook, an iPhone, and I was like, why can't I just download this picture? Why do I have 8 clicks when I take a screenshot? It's just not user friendly. It is not. None of these Apple products are user friendly. It's a lot of extraness, and I like simplicity. But, and then even the recording and the pictures aren't great. Like, I totally thought it was going to be fantastical to have the iPhone. And then I was like, why are my images blurry? And they're like, oh, it's because it's the iPhone 11. I'm like, Lord have mercy. And now they got about to have a 18. And now the updates for my phone, they said since I do have an 11, that the updates will stop sticking because the software is obsolete. And I'm like, you guys must do that on purpose because it didn't have to be obsolete, did it? You know what I'm saying? Paige is in here. What's good, Paige? Thanks for coming through. But so anyway, so yeah, so my feed was kind of janky, but I did see a couple of things. So I see that, let's see. Um, well, 45 started 45, he's now 47, but I'm just going to stick with 45. Um, so 45 started trying to deport the people. But did you guys know? That's why I half wasn't worried about some of the shit he says. Because just like when he was like, Mexico's going to build the wall and pay for it, they didn't build shit, they didn't pay for shit. Because who are you to go into a whole other place and tell them what they're about to do with their national budget, right? So, and then it got proven when they didn't do shit with their national budget to push his agenda further. And, but they have already been putting planefuls of people and sending them to other countries. And they had this one plane and they tried to send it to Mexico, and Mexico refused to take the plane. And it's as simple as that. If the country you're trying to deport these people to refuse to take the plane, then those people can't go to that country. Did you know that? So all of this, oh, the people are about to leave and I'm going to send them here, is BS because the other country has to willingly participate. Now, I'm hearing that the Dominican Republic or somebody like that did go ahead and take a plane full. But Mexico, they were like, not today, Satan. Not today, Satan. But they also said that it was the paperwork. But they also said that they're not taking nobody. So, yeah, try it if you want to. And then he signed an executive order that wants to name the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. So that means that everybody in the whole world has to go have all their globes and maps rewritten because he's on one. Please, there are Americans starving in the fucking street, and eggs are $13 a fucking dozen if you can get a dozen of them, and milk is $7 a gallon, and gas is $7 a gallon, and freaking the water is contaminated, the air is janky, and you're sitting up here deporting people, and then the people that he's deporting. So I live in California, right? I live in California, and I lived in Northern California, and I live in Southern California, and I lived in Central California. And all throughout California, we have lots of farmland and orchards and things like that. And when you pass by, they used to be chock full of Latino people, mostly Latinos. Um, and those people are scared to go to work right now, you guys. They are scared to go to work. And so you know what that makes? That makes the crops sit in the fields longer, you guys. And if they don't get somebody to go out there and pick them, then the shit's just going to rot. And then it won't make it to the store. And then if it doesn't make it to the store, then the eggs that are $12 a gallon will have some cherries next to them that are $12 a pound. You see what I'm saying? Because nobody picked the fucking cherries and nobody picked the grapes for your wine. And okay, so who's about to do all of this? Who's about to do all of this? People work hard for their money. And any day laborers, that's what we call them, day workers, not day walkers, day workers. Any day workers, they get up so early. It's cold, it's freezing. They have to go use their hands in the cold freezing, whether it's rain, shine, a freeze, especially if there's some type of weather event that causes a freeze. Then they have to go out there with their hands and pick that stuff so that it doesn't freeze, so that we have what we need in our stores. And it's just like this. I'm like, are we still on Ronald Reagan with trickle down economics? Like, because the shit's about to trickle down in my economics. If the cherries are rotten, then the cherries that aren't rotten are going to be even that much more costly because there's less cherries, there's less oranges, there's less lettuce, there's less whatever your produce is. It's all just going to be in the fields because people are scared to go to work because ICE is at their jobs arresting them from the fields and they won't even get to go say bye to their families. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Let people live, especially in a fucking country that literally has a big lady in New York named the Statue of Liberty. And at her feet, it says, give us you're tired, you're poor, you're hungry, right? Like, so we're totally off brand right now. We are off brand. And then why do some immigrants get to stay, cough, cough, Ukrainians, and other immigrants need to leave, cough, cough, brown people? And I'm like, what the fuck? This is so obviously racism. This is so obviously discrimination. And this is so obviously fucked up to humanity. Just be a human. How about that? How about in 2025, we could just start being human and treating people with humanity and go back to the good old thing about what you do unto others, you must want done to you. So if Trump is over here deporting immigrants, then that means Melania's good, thick accent needs to go because I believe she's an immigrant. I believe she might be. So what you do for one, you got to do for all. I don't know. Anyway, it's just fucked up. People are just trying to live and make a way in the world today with everything they've got. Taking a break from all their worries sure would help a lot. But no, you send fucking ICE. And I feel like there's really enough to go around, really, in this world. Our scarcity mentality, our lack mentality, the haves and the have-nots of it all have us believing in this lack, you know? But there's really enough to go around. When you think about all the undeveloped area in even the United States, that means that there's enough room for people to have houses. And there is enough room for people to live without being on top of each other. And I don't know, I just want people to get treated with the respect and dignity and humanity that they deserve, you know? And I don't really want to be happy that anybody else is failing, because if I'm happy at their failure, then my failure will come even easier. So I need us all thriving. I need us all living our light, sharing our talent, especially now, man, especially now. You see this world just wants you to work, be a slave, and freaking a slave for your money, you know, like, or for your job. You go spend 40 hours a week at our job. And that's just at the office. And we don't even factor in like the 1 or 2 hours to work and the 1 or 2 hours from work in the 40-hour calculation. And during that time, we're not doing things to like engage our talent usually, or engage our what makes our heart sing. And I feel like that's what life is really about. Like, we're really supposed to be here to find out that you can play the harp and talk to birds, and that you have a great green thumb, or that you're a wonderful dancer or an artist, but in a capitalistic society, you need stuff to consume. And because we need the stuff to consume, we have these type of plantation jobs where they basically own us. And then they be having the nerve to own us off the thing too. Like, I got let go from a job before because after work, I cussed a bitch out on her Facebook. After work. And I didn't even do a good old LRGA Curves good cuss out. Because, ooh, I can go in. I can go in. All I did was simply send her an email after work in a private message so it wasn't posted publicly. And all I did was tell that lady that I wasn't kissing her ass. And just because the other girl abided in her ass and found comfort there, that's what I said, abides in your ass and finds comfort there, doesn't mean that I'm going to follow suit. You're not my supervisor, and I'm not kissing your ass. And I sent that to her, and she sent it to our supervisor after hours. And I got called in the office the next day, and they were like, this breaks our social media policy. So, and then I had to go to unemployment, right? Because I was like, that bitch fired me. And when you get fired, you get to go to unemployment. So then they tried to stop the unemployment because they decided, they were like, oh, your act caused your unemployment. So they stopped it. And then I had to do an appeal. So I'm in the appeal meeting, and there was a judge. And the judge lady in the appeal is like, reading over it. She's like, are you Larja? And I'm like, yeah. And she's asked the other lady, are you so and so? And they're like, yeah. So she's like, give me a minute. Let me read over this and I'll let you know. So she read through the text, and I hear her snicker. I hear like a distinct, I hear a distinct like little chuckle, right? And then she says, did you write abide in your ass? And I said, yes. And then she read over it again, and she said, no, and you only sent this to her private message? And I said, yes. She said, and you didn't post it anywhere else? And I said, no. And she said, I'm going to award you your case because she turned it into freedom of speech, you guys. It became a freedom of speech thing. I was like, yes, bitch. So she made it a freedom of speech thing. And I had the right after work to say what I wanted to say. And yeah, so they had to award me my stuff. But yeah, anyway, so that job though wasn't even making my fucking heart sing, but it was taking 40 hours of work out of me at the desk a week. And I had to drive like at least, it was a good hour a day to get to that one. So that's really 48 hours a week, 2 hours a day. No, 50 hours a week because every day, yeah. So that's like a 50-hour a week job. It's just crazy. Bianca Edwards, I love you. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. Your mom is sick. I'm sorry. Yes. Happy Saturday, everyone. So another thing that came up on my feed is that the ICE people are going after Native Americans, like First Nation people. Going after First Nation people. And he wants to repeal the 14th Amendment that made Indian Americans and Native Americans, Indigenous Americans. He's saying that the 14th Amendment that allows them to have dual citizenship is no longer valid. And if they have citizenship to their Indian nation, then they technically can't be citizens because of an 1865 law. And that fool had the nerve to say he didn't know nothing about Project 2025, y'all. I'm positive in Project 2025 they had a chapter on how to make the Indians back on a reservation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to be rude. Let's see. Yeah, they're going after the Native Americans. The guy, remember that guy from TikTok with the long hair? And he got in a little trouble when he was dating this one colonizer girl, and he was dating another girl. And the girl, she said she was pregnant, remember? It was this whole thing on TikTok last year. And then it was bad. It was bad. But anyway, he did, it came up on my Instagram that all of this and about how they're going after the First Nation people and trying to put them in the cars. And then for my personal family, like, black goes with everything, and usually the black gene is very dominant, but my little niece is looking a little Hispanic, and people always think she's Hispanic. So her mom is like having her American ID like on her phone all with her all the time, so they don't just walk up and think she's a little immigrant, because people always think she's Hispanic, always, but she's black and Portuguese. But anyway, so that's crazy. Oh no, no. Oh, bless your mom. Dear God, we ask that you bless Paige's mom right now where she is, and bless Paige too, and bless her entire family, and heal her, and make her strong and well, and prepare everybody in the family with strength and love so that they can be kind to one another during this time. And we thank God for Paige's mom. We know she's awesome. And thank you for her light and her love and her guidance that she was able to pour into Paige. And we thank you for Paige that she's able to express the lessons that her mom lovingly instilled in her. And we just ask for complete, healing, and that your will be done, and that everybody's prepared, and just please just have some joy even in the midst of this hard times for Paige and her mom. God, please bless their whole family and guide and guard and protect and love them. Let them know they're surrounded by love right now, and let her mom not be afraid if they can't be with her or anything. Just let her mom know that they're still right there and that it's going to be okay. Thank you, God, for Paige and her mom. In your name we pray, amen. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love moms. I love dads too, but I only have my mom left. My dad died last December. Yeah. But, oh, mom love. That's the best, right? If we can get a mom that we get along with, it can help your life so much. My heart goes out to the people that they don't get along with their moms too. I pray for that also. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, the First Nation, how dare he come after damn Native Americans? Like they were literally here first. And he's saying they're not citizens because there's two of them. He's saying they're not citizens because they can still claim sovereignty in their nation. I'm like, that is so messed up because they get dual citizenship, basically. Isn't that messed up? I think so. Okay, so now I came in the bathroom because I'm going to see if I can see all the planets lined up. It's sunrise. I missed it. All the planets were lined up, and I was supposed to be able to catch it right before sunrise. But I was in there talking. Yep, I was in there talking. Hi, you guys. Got my good flannel nightgown on tonight. I got my Medea nightgown on today. It's cold up in here. California's going to be 28 degrees next week in Northern California. We're getting ready for a cold snap. I don't know what our pipes are going to do. I don't know if our windows are even tempered properly for that kind of cold. I know when I lived back east, we would have to do all kind of stuff when this cold was going to be this cold. So, well, for one, don't close your gas tank all the way because it can freeze on and you won't be able to get it off. For two, they would put things around the pipes on the outside of the house where the pipe came out of the wall so that the pipe wouldn't freeze. They would also leave a little drip of water coming out of all the outside pipes. And even in the house, let the water just continuously drip so the pipes don't freeze. What else did we used to do? Well, mostly I would just stay in the house because I was from California and I wasn't trying to go and slip on the ice and everything. And I was like, you guys driving this? And you guys and look, you guys been seeing those freaking videos of the cars just sliding down the hill in the ice, or the man, he's trying to get to his job and he's obviously late because he's been spending 28 minutes trying to get up the driveway. That was funny. And then, oh, but you guys know, if you're ever on ice and it's an incline and you're having a hard time getting up the incline because you keep sliding back down, if you have any piece of material on you, like a scarf especially, so you might want to wear a scarf all the time because that's what this guy, he happened to have on a scarf. And after trying to get up the hill for 28 minutes, he finally took off his scarf and he made like a walkway with a scarf, like a red carpet kind of thing. He threw it out in front of him and he was able to use the scarf as like a new sidewalk, and it made him not slip. And so he just kept one foot on there. He tried to have both feet, but it didn't work. He just put one foot on there and it acted like he wasn't on ice, and he was able to finally get in the office. Yep, but that Burberry scarf is going to have a big old size 18 footprint on it. Anyway, so last night, me and Krista were over. We had a freaking 4-hour live. We are so funny, me and Krista. Oh my God, I love Krista. She is definitely my sister from another mister. But we were talking about everything. We were talking about Salt Lake City, and the Bronwyn and Lisa of it all. And the more I thought about it, because Richie B came up, shout out to Richie B. If anybody knows, they know. She has a YouTube channel in these streets, Richie B. And so we love when people don't agree, right? Like, because there's enough room on right for everybody. Just because we don't agree doesn't make my version right, because it's only right to me. Your version's only right to you. So to me, there's literally enough room on right for everybody, because you're not wrong for your point of view, and I'm not wrong for mine. But when a lie is said, a lie is said. So Lisa's a liar, and Bronwyn is a liar too, because she did say she had the necklace. She said she had the necklace on Nick Vile's channel. She let us continue. And it was a lie by omission at certain points, because her not correcting Nick Vile, her not correcting herself even at the reunion. And she said, I did purchase a smaller one and hoop earrings. I thought that's what she said. But she don't have nothing from those people. And that Emma lady, Emma deserves to get fired. And Lisa needs to give her a new job, because Lisa got that lady fired. That lady, she thought she was gonna be in Lisa's good graces, and all Lisa did was get her fired. Go in on the other housewife, and she threw you all the way under the bus. Yeah. I'll get some water. I need my coffee too. I don't like Arrowhead water. It tastes funny to me. Let me see this one. All these plastics and water. So, but I do still feel like Bronwyn got MVP for being the noob. She did way better than Brittany. Brittany was just like, yeah. And Brittany's a liar too. So if they're going to be all like, Bronwyn, Emma said you didn't buy the necklace, then they're going to have to do something when Brittany's comes out there lying too, because she's just chock full of lies. Oh, I date. Oh, I don't drink. Oh, I drink. Oh, I have sex. No, I don't have sex. I'm only dating Jared. I have 13 men in rotation. Oh, I love to get it on. I haven't talked to my kids because I keep picking peen over my kids. But yeah, whatever, lady. She was like an emotional vampire. Yeah, she was an energy vampire. That's what Brittany reminds me of, because it was just like a lot of trauma dumping, and just the things she would say. It wasn't like she was trying to add life to the conversation. She was trying to add like emotional drainage to the conversation. And it's like, don't come over here and dump on me. Like, we're here to have lunch, and like, you're crying again, bitch. Like, just, yeah, go on with that. So, but Mary really showed up this season. Kudos to Mary Cosby. Now, I do keep seeing reports that her house is allegedly in foreclosure, but I'm sure it's all just part of the plan. Yeah, I'm sure it's just all just part of the plan, because she got money. They had that whole mortgage company. They had all the houses and everything. So yeah, I can't imagine Mary not in that house or not in her closet, you know? Candor, thanks for coming through. Yeah, make sure you leave your sinks, tubs dripping. So many pipe bursts this week. Yeah, so see, I know what's up, huh, Bianca? Yup, you got to leave that stuff dripping because the pipe will burst from the. It's just like an ice cube in a tray. Your water's already in your pipe, waiting for you to turn it on, and so in a snow event or a freeze event, if that water's in there and it gets frozen because it's stopped, then it's going to be like an ice cube and freeze. And when ice freezes, it expands, you know, the water expands. So you definitely want to leave. Totally forgot about the tub and the shower. And even like, so the toilet, what did we do on the toilet? Let me see. What did she say? So make sure your sinks and tubs are dripping. We had so many. Yes. Yes, you have to drip your pipes, you guys. 10 inches of snow there? No way. Oh, it's going to snow again on the 31st? Look, you guys, so Dr. Heavenly sent me a text and she invited me to Carlos King and her event. But I have meetings that day. I have a freaking meeting that day already. And I was like, ah. But she's like, she sent me a text the other night out of the blue. And it was like, for Carlos King's thing. And she's like, I want you to be my personal guest. I was like, oh, that's so awesome. But yeah, not this time. But it seems like it might still be snowing on the 3rd in Atlanta, was the moral of the story. Scary times. The robots, controlled weather, the mothership. Yeah. There's this movie called Skyline that I happened to see on regular TV the other day. And it's an old movie. And it was about these weird clouds and fog happening on a city. And then these lights came down from the weird foggy clouds in the sky. And then it just made like this huge light. And anybody who looked at the light, your life force would get sucked and then your body would float. And it ended up being taking people to the mothership. And it was all kind of drone looking things the size of cars, like the things that were in New Jersey a month ago. I'm telling you, the movie's called Skyline. Google that shit. It's called Skyline. And it's about UFOs and whatnot. And I swear, those drones look like the ones that was in New York. The fog and the clouds look like the shit that was happening in California during the fires. During these weird weather events when you get 80-mile winds and lasers that start fire in the middle of the woods. They're trying to say that Edison started the fire, the wires from Edison. There's no wires where those fires started, you guys. There's no wires. Don't let the people fool you. I'm telling you firsthand. Where the fire started behind Spencer Pratt's house, in all of his footage, there's not near a motherfucking pole or electrical wire going to that area. Not one. Okay? So how is Edison in trouble for the fires where their wires are not? Because if it was a laser that got pointed there and started it, then you would want the people to think it was Edison, even though there's no wires for it to be Edison. Because you can't tell the people that it was lasers, right? And then I'm in California. I know that Trump hates us because he loves us. He wants his greedy little fingers in charge of our GDP. He wants to be the president of California too. But with Gavy Gav here, still, he doesn't get to run amok in California. So when 45 first got announced again, Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, was trying to, I'm doing air quotes, Trump proof. Where is it? Trump proof. Trying to Trump proof California, and trying to like make sure we had like a nice little, you can call it a war chest, I guess, because he knew we were about to get cut off of federal aids and stuff like that because, 45 is a petulant child. And so he was called himself trying to shore up. But then isn't it interesting that the week before old boy got sworn in, we had 3 fires simultaneously start where there was no wires. We had 3 fires simultaneously start in an unprecedented wind event. We had 3 fires simultaneously start in an unprecedented wind event where there was no wires simultaneously, and then exacerbated by a windstorm out of this world where the wind wasn't even blowing in the right direction. So about that, in California, the wind usually blows from the west to the east. So if you walk down our beaches in California on the west coast, our trees are all bent towards away from the ocean towards the streets because typically the ocean breeze comes from the ocean and blows inland, and it literally sculpts the wildlife in the direction that in the direction that the wind was blowing. So even when that crazy windstorm happened, the wind was blowing the wrong direction according to a lot of people's minds. We're like, doesn't the wind usually blow that way, but it's blowing this way? So in Altadena, now that went down into a bowl so it can swirl. But in Palisades, the fire came down the mountain to the water when usually the breeze would have came from the water to the mountains. So it was just very Lahaina. And I still want to know, where are all the people? Can anybody tell me where all the people are? If 20,000 structures burned and they're saying 100,000 people are displaced, I don't know how many people they're counting in each structure, honestly. I don't know their numbers or how they're coming up with these numbers, because not everything was a house that burned either. Some of it was, a lot of it, especially on the Pacific Coast Highway, was businesses also. But still, where are the people? Like, where are they staying? Where are the people? All of these people are gone, and they're not giving us any updates on all of these displaced people. Like, you see the structures, 10,000 homes in Palisades, 10,000 homes in Altadena. Where are the people? Where are they? What shelter are all the people in? What Airbnb had enough? How many, if 10,000 structures burnt down in Los Angeles, that means those people need 10,000 other places to be. Where are the people? I don't get it. And so in the movie Skyline that I was telling you guys about, so in Skyline, when the smoke and stuff happened, the people were getting sucked up into the motherships. So if the people just never come back to their houses and they really do end up just building a smart city over that shit, then maybe the people got sucked up into the freaking mothership. Who knows? I don't know. But where are the people? Where are they? Oh, wait. Let's see. Some of these comments. What happened? You smashed your garden storage boxes? Yeah, they got to just admit there's aliens. Oh, you're recovering from a bad storm in the, I'm not sure where you are, but I know that, who's underwater? Italy had a horrible flood. Brazil had a horrible flood. Colombia had a horrible flood. Yeah. They try to tell us weather manipulation doesn't exist, and nobody's making the weather. This is all just natural because the ozone, right? Yeah, I know. I know. We love each other, Zelene. We totally, and see, that's what I'm talking about. That's the world I want to live in, where we don't have to agree, but you can still come to support, and I can still love you and respect your vision. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But anything else? Oh, Real Housewives of New York. You guys, you guys, you guys. That Bryn lady is damaged goods. And I peeped game when she came on season 1. I was like, oh, this bitch is a liar. And I don't deal in lies. I feel like liars are liabilities. And that's why liability starts with lies, because it's harmful, it's detrimental. You can't, the devil is the author of confusion and lies, you guys. There's no reason to be on a reality show, and come up here with all these lies. Her and Aaron are liars. And you see how fast Aaron threw her ass under the bus as soon as she was didn't get in half as much trouble, because Bryn's lies outweighed Aaron's. But Aaron's a freaking liar too. Erin is such a liar. She just didn't get high key caught in exactly the same way. Plus, she deflected so much. But she's a liar too, because her and Bryn were in on all of their lies together. And now she's like, how did I get wrapped up into Bryn stuff? Because you're a liar too. I don't care if you are pregnant. Hope your baby's not going to come out a liar, because you are a liar. You and Bryn actively attacked Uba all season, trying to paint her out to be an angry, crazy, unhinged black woman who you were scared of. Fuck you guys. Uba is so gracious and nice. I don't care if she does swear, she can get loud, but it's not she's mean or mad. But then you have freaking hysterical ass Bryn Whitfield coming over here crying all the time after she lies. She does she does a Lisa Barlow so good. So that's how you know these are people or villains. Because you were just doing the most shit, and then we call you on your shit, and now you're crying to make yourself the victim. That's the number one indicator that you're a villain on these shows. You did some fuck shit, get called out on it, and instead of own it and take accountability, you in turn start crying like Lisa Barlow with no tears coming out and on command at any instance, and then 3 words later, you're fine. That's how I know you're a villain. Because that was all fake gaslighting. You just tried to manipulate me some more. And yeah, so Bryn Whitfield, Lisa, yeah, 2 birds, same feather. Oh, Stranger Things is so good. The Upside Down, yeah. It kind of feels like we're living in the Upside Down. Oh, I like Jessel and her husband too. Now, Jessel is so awkward, like, but in a weird, straight way. Like, she's not quirky like Sutton has a quirk. Jennifer Tilly has a quirk. But Jessel's quirk is like, it's square. Like, she's a square, like a nerd quirk. You know what I mean? And she's just so straight-laced. I like her. And I like her husband is so funny. And he does look like the fish from Nemo. So Sai had one. Yep. Mimi, 73, thanks for being in here. Yeah, so we're going to hunker down and batten the hatches over here for this event. You brought me, look at my husband. Can I have a kiss with it, husband? I love you. Yeah, he's like,
this next pandemic.
I love you. He brought me my coffee. Did you see I was live, Hubs?
Right now?
Yeah, I'm live right now. That's why I hadn't come down and got this coffee. It's so good, you guys. I love Cafe Bustelo. What's your guys' favorite coffee? My favorite homemade coffee, because I haven't supported Starbucks since October 7th. I do Dutch Brothers, and or make my own plus with the Keurig, because $5 coffee is kind of expensive when you can just go get, 5 servings of coffee. Or how many servings come in those pod things? 14. You can get like 14, 20 pods of depending on what brown for your same $5. So, budgeting is where it's at. So, husband just brought me my Cafe Bustelo. What you guys know about that Cafe Bustelo life? Ooh. And you know who hit me to Cafe Bustelo? Was Damn Sebastian Says. You guys remember Sebastian Says? He's studying abroad right now, so he hasn't been over a lot since like last September. But yeah, he told me about Cafe Bustelo, and then I saw some in the store, and I got it. And me and my husband, we love, huh, Hubs?
Yep.
We love it. Oh my God, because we were Pete's heads. Now in California, we have Pete's Coffee, and that used to give Starbucks a run for its money as far as strength, you know, and like just flavor of coffee. If you wanted coffee, a coffee head would go to Pete's. If you want a coffee drink, like a specialty drink, you used to go to Starbucks, like for a frappuccino and the lattes and stuff. But Pete's was just good, strong coffee. I mean, that kind that used to have your teacher's breath smelling like coffee till after lunch. Remember the teacher that would come help you with your work? And her breath would just smell like all kinds of freaking coffee. Yeah, so that's where you go get that, was Pete's. But Cafe Bustelo makes Pete's feel like it's Starbucks. It makes it feel so weak. You can't. Now that I drink Cafe Bustelo, if I brew a cup of Pete's coffee, I don't even smell the coffee no more. If my husband brews a cup of freaking Cafe Bustelo, I come downstairs like it's McDonald's French fries cooking in the room, because I'm like, what is going on here? What beautiful smell is that? I'm gonna close this door because this heat rises. But hi, my. How you doing, Milo? You guys see my? Can you see Milo? You saying hi to them, my? Yeah, mommy loves you. But no, don't come over here. I don't need no morning love. Get off me. You just came in from outside. Take your paws over there. And you better not get on my bed and start licking your butt. I hate when he does that. Ooh, I hate when he does that. Does anybody else have a dog in their life? And they're fine, except for when they come right under you and you realize the sound of them licking is their booty. And I'm like, I don't need to hear all that. Take that out of here. It's like just a little pet peeve of mine. It's freezing downstairs.
Yep.
It was 66 up here.
Freezing.
Yeah. So we're just talking about stuff. What else is happening? Oh, Stranger Things 5 is coming? I can't wait. So, oh, that's going to be good. Yeah, we do Cobra because, you know, I have kids. And so we love Stranger Things. We love Cobra Kai. Those are some of the shows we watch together. Squid Games. I know that might be a little much, but their video games show the same thing. And the way that Squid Games season 2 just ended was so stupid. I was like, we didn't even get anywhere. All he did was get back in the game, and the game maker came, and I was like, are you guys doing full-on Hunger Games in here? Because the game maker joined the game in one of the Hunger Games too, didn't it? And they didn't, yeah. 3 dogs. So do you get that way with your dogs? Like I just have, look, so we've had Milo now for, this July will be year 3. And we got him as a little tick-filled, worm-filled puppy from somebody's free puppy sign. And we got him for our anniversary 3 years ago and brought him home because our other dog had passed. And he is great. He's great, except for I just have a thing with that sound of, I just, ugh, ugh, ugh. He looking at me like, what you got? He looking at me like, what are you looking that I need? Dogs are hilarious. Let's see. See? Milo. My. Milo. What are you doing? Milo. Piper, Cooper, and Buck. Oh, how sweet. Yeah, this is Milo. And then we have another little doggy. And her name's LL for Little Lana because her mother's name was Lana. And they were both white out of the litter. And so we called her Little Lana because she was the only white puppy. and her mom was all white, a Shiba Inu. But Lana got raped by two dogs. Oh my God. She got dog handled. No, see, he's getting ready to do it. You get off my bed doing that. She two dogs got off their farms where we used to live, and they came and they had their way with Lana, and one was a huge German Shepherd and one was a little terrier. And you know dogs can get pregnant by more than one dogs if they're in heat. Did you know that? And so they came and took turns on freaking Lana like they were Mia Thornton, I guess. I don't know. Where was the train involved? There was a train involved somewhere recently on one of these shows. Yeah, was that Mia Thornton and the guy? Was that a train or just a threesome? I think that was more of a throuple situation, not a train. Oh, no, that's Love and Marriage Huntsville, which is coming on tonight, where they say that Coleslaw allegedly had a train ran on her. And Marceau Scott says that he saw a tape because in Huntsville, as it turns out, they show porn around to each other like it's Skittles. And so everybody has a sex tape, like a mixtape, and they go around showing it and listening to it like they're trying to get famous from their mixtape. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that anybody who's in Huntsville needs to cease and desist immediately with all sexual activity when it can be recorded, because they're going around showing everybody. Everybody's seen everything of everybody else's. Let the people tell it in Huntsville. Letitia got her ass on Carlos King's show, Messy Mondays, when she called Martell Holt gay with no allegedly. And she said that she saw the revenge porn tape and that everybody had seen it. And she didn't even say nothing about it. Yup, she said everybody had seen it. And then here her husband come talking about he saw another sex tape. So that's just nasty business. And it screams that the people that you're dealing with are not trustworthy. Okay? Because you should be able to trust that if you send your titties to somebody, that only that person gets to see your titties, you know? But then again, with the gel mentality, because now everybody has a mugshot but Melody. In Love and Marriage Love and Marriage Huntsville, everybody has a mugshot. And then yesterday, oh my God. So the YouTube streets were saying that Ken and Marquez from Love and Marriage Huntsville got in a physical altercation yesterday after Marquez found out that Ken, who's been in his soon-to-be ex-wife's life for like the last 3-4 years, was a doughboy. And yeah, and even though Marquez allegedly has doughboy tendencies too, because they both have rap sheets for being doughboys or gotten caught with marijuana or possession or something allegedly. And they got in a fight. They supposedly got in a fight. Now, I asked the guy to come over here and talk about it, and he keeps not coming over here. But I'm not all in the Love and Marriage Huntsville stuff like that. Oh, Cooper and Piper had puppies? Oh, German Shepherds are so smart. I used to love, that used to be my favorite dog, German Shepherd. Ooh, or a smooth collie. Remember Lassie dogs, smooth collie? You rarely see a smooth collie ever. No more. Like, when was the last time anybody saw a dog that looked like Lassie? Does anybody know what a Lassie is? Remember that series, Lassie? That used to be the bomb. It was the smartest dog, that collie on there. I hardly ever see any collies. German Shepherds, one of our neighbors has a black German Shepherd. And actually, my son's dog trainer, he has a very well-trained German Shepherd. And we were watching him train his dog. And I was like, oh my God, he trained his dog so well. It's like he's the dog whisperer, that Cesar Milan guy. So then after we watched him train his dog, I was like, I'm gonna see if we can meet up with him and he can give us some pointers. And so we waited for him. And I was like, oh my gosh, we were watching you. And we wanted to know if you could ever have any time to help because it was so much like Caesar Milan. And he's like, oh, my friend Caesar Milan. He ends up knowing Caesar Milan. They worked together. That is where he got his dog training tips. And him and my son worked together for like 3 months. And Milo is very well trained. That's why when I tell him to stop licking his butt, he stops, even though he's a dog and he can't really help it. Yep. Yep. Okay, so the pink stair, etc. rooms were similar, like the building that SA people under them in the government collecting homeless. No way. So you're saying in the Squid Games, those pink stair rooms, there's some kind of, well, I actually did right before TikTok got taken away. There was this TikTok going around that said the Squid Games was based on actual building in real life, and it did look just like it. Oh my gosh. So is it kind of like the catacombs under the pizza places, like Pizzagate kind of thing? That's crazy. Yeah. And all the catacombs, all of our cities have catacombs underneath. And it's not for immigrants. It's not just for immigrants. These catacombs are from like when Queen Califia was here. Did you guys know? Google it. Google it. Google it. Did you guys know that California is named after a black queen named Califia? And she used to be in charge here with Amazons. And they guarded the land of gold. Did you know that? Look it up. It's a beautiful story. Right on, Candor. Thanks for popping in. I actually saw you the other day over on Sarah's channel, but I couldn't come on the chat because I was driving. But I saw you guys were over there talking about something. And thanks for popping in, Candor. I hope your life is going excellent. Yeah. And I'm actually, oh, look, it's 62 minutes. So I've been on there over an hour. And that's pretty much it, I guess. I'm going to get up and go do the rest of my morning day and have some cleaning to do. I want to really get this place clean. And it's mostly laundry. I'm the girl that does laundry and then I leave it in the laundry basket. Yeah. Okay. So I'm working on me. Don't judge me. I'm working on it. Okay. But I love you guys. But Bryn is disturbed. And she cannot canoodle or coy her way out of this. What she did was wrong. What Aaron did was wrong. And I'm not sure why Jessel isn't on the couch next to Uba. Why do they have Jessel across from Uba like she's against Uba? They need to have Jessel and freaking Uba sitting next to each other like they have Angie K and Mary sitting next to each other because they're a team together. And to have Uba over there on the stupid couch with Bryn. Now, the only thing good on that couch is Jenna. I love Jenna's fashions and her little quirk too, but except for I don't appreciate how Jenna Lyons goes so hard for Bryn without having anything for Uba. I'm like, okay, girl, I'm not sure what kind of slip that is that's showing, girl, but I do. But yeah, why was that the seating chart? I feel like Uba, Jessel, Aaron should have been over there where Jessel was. That's who should have been on that couch. Was Aaron, because Aaron, Jenna, and Bryn all see it for Bryn. Okay? And Raquel, Sai, oh, but you know what they were trying to do? Not have all the people of color on one couch. That's what it is. Because if Erin would have went over to the other couch where she belongs, it would have been a white couch against a person of color couch. But now, this way, they're both mixed couches. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I think I might have been upset too had it been a black couch and a white couch. So maybe they did the best they could with the situation. But I don't think that Jessel even deserved to be at the end of the couch. As much as she was the only one there for Uba. So because you're there for Uba, you get the last seat. That's not fair. That's not fair. As fabulous as Jenna is, I feel like Aaron and Bryn caused way more kerfuffles with their lies and alliance against Uba than Jenna even. And as awesome as Jenna Lyons is, put her at the end of the couch, on the left couch. And you should have had all the black girls on the other couch. Uba, Sai, Raquel, and Jessel should have all been on the other couch because that did not match. That was not, when we see that, that's not okay. And now for Aaron to be like, oh, how are you and Bryn? When you had a fucking alliance against Uba. See, that's what colonizers do. When they're done with you, they just leave you. They act like they didn't have nothing to do with that. See, Bryn, you was all up Aaron's ass. You guys made a pact, and now she's leaving you to fend for yourself, and she's fine with Uba again. Because there was no problem with Uba. You guys made a problem with Uba. I have 2 black couches. I love you, Paige. I love you, Paige. Oh my gosh, 10 or 12, and they were all yours on purpose? Or did you start with like 4 and then they got friends that wouldn't leave? Because that's what I feel like happens sometimes with people who end up with multiple cats. Like you have a few, but then because you have a few, the other cats are like, oh, she's nice to cats. Let's go over there. And then you end up with another one and another one and another one. Is that kind of what happened? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I did take in a cat before. It was the cutest little Siamese cat, ended up on my dresser, not my dresser, but my doorstep. And I was like, oh, you're so cute. And I bring it in my house and we wash it. And I tried to have it until it started shitting on my pillow. It made a hole in the box spring of my bed and would go in there and use it as a litter box. And then it would jump from the floor to my hip with its nails to hold on. That cat was crazy and possessed. I went and took that shit to the SPCA so fast. I was like, you guys can have this feral motherfucker. Forget that. I was like, I tried to save your ass. And you're in here shitting, tearing stuff up, and scratching me up. Oh, hell no. I took that little cat to the thing. And I was like, I need to return this feral cat. And they were like, okay, ma'am. And they were taking it in. And while I was there, an old lady was in her car getting attacked by a real feral cat. And the people rushed out like they were at a hospital ER. And this guy comes out and he had the thing with the thing on the end, you know, that wire, that pull with the wire on the end to go around the neck of the animal. And if they went out there and they got a real feral cat, you guys, that was like making marks on the freaking sidewalk with its claws. And that nice old lady had been so sweet to bring it. And she was trying to be so calm. And that cat was in there tearing her to shreds. And I was like, well, I thought my cat was feral, but I still don't want it. And so I left it, and so did she. But I did used to have a cat for years. His name was Effendi. And he was a white chinchilla Persian cat with gray tips, but he was not a smush face chinchilla Persian. He had a normal face, and he looked like the Fancy Feast commercial cat. The white one, remember they used to tap the crystal, and that white fluffy cat would come out with his gray tips. So that's a chinchilla Persian. And we had Fendi for years until he got leukemia. And I was just telling the story how he got leukemia. And then he passed, and I had to take him to the vet, and they euthanized him, and then there were some ashes involved. And I was supposed to go back and get the ashes, but I was so devastated I never went back for the ashes. Yeah. And they all had kittens. Lord have mercy. That is too much. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to today being an excellent day. There is some fog. It looks like there's a little haze. It's a gorgeous day in my neck of the woods. So I'm going to get out there in it. Marshmallow and Cammy, how sweet. Yeah. So, you guys go out, be wonderful, be great. I don't really want to talk a lot about, the politics. I was going to talk about the Sig Heil of it all. Because to me, I thought that was a Sig Heil, what Elon did. And everybody's just making so many excuses for it. And I was like, where was Kanye's excuses? Where was Kyrie's excuses? Where was Whoopi Goldberg's excuses before the definition of the word got changed and altered and they had to go on apology tours for saying words? But then this man can make the motion of this. He can make this motion and nothing to see here. And it just gets explained away. I'm so tired of the bullshit. I'm so sick and tired of the Photoshop. Give me something natural like natural rolls and stretch marks. Huh, shit. Fucking Photoshop world we live in. It's bullshit. But it's great bullshit because I'm here and because you're here and because we have a light to shine and because we have a talent to share and because we have something on our hearts that needs to get out that only we can express. And the mere fact that we were like 1 in 1,000,000 sperm that got through to freaking become a zygote in our mother's wombs means that there is definitely something here for us to do and that we are part of a beautiful plan. And that part in and of itself makes life worth the beauty that it is. So I hope that we can all go out and find what makes our life beautiful today and be kind to yourself and be kind to others. And oh, look, there she is. Where'd I go? I don't know. And be kind to others and love yourself, you know? Okay, because I love you. Anyway, Curvies, thanks for hanging out. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for coming. And so nice to meet all you newbies. Thanks for being here. Peace.